Thank you very much, Whip Scalise, and I want to join in thanking our leader, Kevin McCarthy, in putting this task force together, and the leader of the task force, Chairman McCall, in leading us, the staff who helped us make sure that in such a timely fashion we were able to put together a report that touches on every aspect of the threat this nation faces with respect to China. At a moment where we are facing, I think, what is a generational threat, it is too bad that the Democrats refused to join us on this report. As the leader said, 2/3 of the recommendations in here are bipartisan. And in order for us to defeat the threat from China, we've got to work in a bipartisan fashion. So we call on Speaker Pelosi and the Democrats once again to stop putting their personal political interest ahead of the interest of the security of this country and join us in helping to put in place some of these recommendations. I want to say just a few words specifically about the defense portion of this report. China is rapidly developing a military force that is capable of winning regional conflicts, and they are expanding their military footprint globally. China, the government of China and the Chinese Communist Party have gone to school on the United States. They've looked at our capabilities. They've looked at the particular assets that we have that enable us to project our power, that enable us to make sure that we maintain our military supremacy, and they have developed capabilities to counter those. In particular, this report points out the importance of sufficient continued funding for our Defense Department. We have heard repeatedly from the military leadership and the civilian leadership of the department over the course of many years that we must have 3 to 5% annual real growth increases in the defense budget in order to maintain our supremacy. And that was pre-COVID. It's crucially important that we continue that resource funding. We must modernize our nuclear triad. It's crucial to deterring the Chinese Communist Party. And we must also develop and field conventional capabilities that are critical to countering the Chinese Communist Party in the Indo-Pacific in particular. This includes ground-launched cruise and ballistic missiles. The People's Republic of China is now the leading theater-range missile power with both dual and conventional nuclear delivery capabilities. We must counter that. We must modernize our sea and air power. We must procure long-range precision fires and strategic fires. We have to build contested logistics capabilities, and we've got to develop new operational concepts, joint operational concepts that allow us to counter the threat, that allow us to truly do what's necessary to defend this country. Congress must fund military construction, pre-positioning, strategic airlift, tanker support, and surge capacity. And we must counter the Chinese Communist Party globally as it seeks to establish more robust logistics and basing infrastructure around the world as it seeks to project its own military power. In conclusion, it is very important for everyone to note that we are in the midst of a battle between freedom and totalitarianism. The question we all face is whether the United States and our allies will set the rules of the road into the future, or whether the Chinese Communist Party and that authoritarian, totalitarian regime will set the rules of the road. The proposals that we have offered in this report recognize the gravity and the significance of this moment that we face. And if followed, these proposals will help ensure that freedom and the U.S.-led global order prevail.